Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you doing today? Welcome to day 29 of this 30-day live stream event. I can't believe we are almost there. There's one day left after today. So today I want to share 3 money games that you can play that will help you feel abundant as fuck and will also help you raise your vibe. And even though these are games, these are actually tools that you can use to help you get into living in the energy and feeling the feelings of having the wealth and cash and abundance that you want right now. So let's just get straight into it because I'm feeling very good today. I woke up early. I had a great sleep last night, so I woke up really early. So I have tons of time today. All right, the first game, I might have mentioned it earlier in the live stream event, but I think I got it around the wrong way. I think it was the wrong title because this game is called the Prosperity Game. And what you do is you can do it like written, you can write it in like your book or something, or you can get a spreadsheet, which is what I would do. And what you do is every day you get, you start off with $1,000, right, in your account, right? And then you have to spend it on something. And what you do, you put it on the spreadsheet or you put it in your book and you actually write the thing that you're going to pay for with $1,000. And it could be multiple things. It doesn't have to be one thing, but you have to spend it. And then each day after that, you have to add $1,000 onto the amount you already have. So the first day will be 1,000, the second day will be 2, the third day would be 3,000, and then onwards and forwards, right? So you can keep doing this for as long as possible, right? And so what I found is the first couple of days, it's really easy. Like most of the times people pay off their debt, they buy the things that they really want and they really need, and then they start getting more money and they're like, I don't know what to spend this on. And so this is when it starts getting fun or really interesting because you start noticing where you're at financially, right? Not where you're at financially, where you're at energetically around your finances. And so how I look at this is most of the times when we're thinking about spending money, we can only perceive what we want and what we want to spend our money on from the place that we're at. But the thing is, once you're at a point where you're making that much money, say every day thousands of dollars are coming in, your awareness, your desires expand even further. And so what this exercise has done for me is that it has helped me expand my awareness of the things that I desire and want to have. So it very quickly goes from you wanting the things that you want and paying them off, right? Like buying the things, maybe it's a laptop, maybe it's a holiday, maybe it's a house or 2 houses or 5 houses, whatever it is. And then because money keeps coming in, you're like, what the hell else do I spend my money on? And that's when it gets fun because that's when you really start dreaming, like crazy amazing things. Like maybe you want to open up a house for young girls who are like to help them get off the street, or maybe you want to give some cash away, like have a day where you give away a few $1,000s to different people. Maybe you want to build a bookstore with your favorite books, or an ice cream parlor. Like these are some dreams that I had when I was a kid. Like you can go really crazy. Maybe you want to pay off your friend's debt, or you want to anything, like you want to buy a cruise ship or a super yacht. Like you can go extreme with this. But the thing is, you can't add on more each day. It's just $1,000 extra each day. And I've known people to go up to doing this for an entire year. So I think that winds up being $365,000. So keep doing it, because what it does is it helps you feel abundant. It helps you expand your consciousness beyond what you can perceive right now in terms of what you desire and what you want and how you want to help the world and what you want for yourself and for your family and for your loved ones. And it's really fun. But it's always good to see how you feel while you're doing this exercise, right? Because the first time I did it, once I bought all the things that I wanted, I kind of got really numb and confused. And that was because I couldn't perceive from where I was. But once I actually decided to expand my awareness and ask the universe for help and ideas, oh, it got really fun. So that is one game to play. A lot of people do it, the written version of it, and then they create like fake checks to actually cash the checks every day. But I've never once ever used a check in my life, so that's not realistic to me. How I would spend money is all online. It's all data. So having a spreadsheet makes more sense for me. So based on what you've grown up with, what you're used to, what's realistic for you, do it that way. Okay. The second game is something I touched on earlier, is whenever someone gives you something or they pay you for one of your services or your offers or your products, you imagine 10 times the amount of abundance going back to them, right? Every single one, every single thing that you're given, every single thing you receive, 10 times the amount of abundance or value or money going back to this person. And what this does is it actually helps you to feel more grateful about what you're receiving, because you're being conscious and you're affirming and recognizing this abundance that you have received, and now you're directing your energy to the other person who's given it to you. So essentially, like when we think about how money works and how money flows and circulates all around the globe, right? You're doing that with your energy and with your gratitude. So when you receive it, you feel gratitude, right? And when you give it back, you're giving gratitude to that person, but like 10 times more, right? And so you're circulating gratitude and your energy around the world. And that inevitably always comes back to you tenfold. It's like this amazing game where everyone wins, right? But in saying that, I will note that if you do it with the intention of receiving back, that's not true giving, right? It's not really true. So you need to work on your energy. If you're feeling like, oh, if I'm grateful, then I'll get more back, like just tweak it a bit to where it's just selfless giving, where it doesn't matter if you get 10 times the amount of abundance back or not. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother you because it just feels so good to give. That's where you want to get. Just tweak the energy if you're feeling that. All right. So that, I'm like not breathing again. So that was number 2. Now number 3 is my favorite one. And you can imagine it 2 ways, right? So the first way I would recommend you do this exercise is imagine that someone came up to you, maybe it was a friend, maybe it was a family member, maybe a total stranger, maybe it was me, came up to you and handed you $50,000 of cash, right? Handed it to you, said, hey, here you go. What is your reaction going to be? Now, a good way to do this is write down how it would feel, but first I would get you to act it out, like it in your imagination or in reality. Imagine someone actually came up to you, handed you the cash, 50 grand. How would you react? Then, how would you feel? What would you say? And what would you do? So this is a great exercise to really get deep into how you truly feel about money, because I found that a lot of people, they instantly feel like they don't deserve it. They feel like, they feel numb, like they don't feel anything. They feel like it's not theirs. They feel like it's undeserved. Yeah, and there's a lot of like worth feelings going on right there, right? So that's what I want you to do. Imagine that. Imagine someone came up to you, handed you 50 grand in cash. What would you say? What would you think? What would you do? How would you react? And journal on this. And if anything funky comes up, that's your indicator that there's work to do, right? Work to do on how you feel about receiving money when you haven't done anything for it at all, right? How you feel about it. And then also, if you feel really good, if you're like, wow, this is amazing, how would you feel? Like, if it's good, amplify those feelings. And so how I said there's 2 ways to do this exercise. You can imagine someone came up and gave it to you, or you can imagine you won it in a competition, right? You won it. And you've just gotten the phone call saying, congratulations, you've just won the 50 grand giveaway. Come claim it, or whatever they say when you win. How are you going to feel? How are you going to react? And then what you're going to do is just live in those feelings all day. If they're good, positive feelings. If there's funky feelings coming up, then you've got to work through, do the journal process, do the forgiveness work, EFT, whatever works for you. Go through that work and then get back to feeling good, get back to neutral. But if it feels just straight up good, feel the feelings, amplify those feelings, and feel it all day. And take it with you into every day. Play the game every day if it has a positive effect on you like that. Because what you're doing is you're raising your vibe. What you're doing is you're feeling the feelings of having the money now, having the winnings now, having the cash now. You're in that energy now. You're in your future reality now. So that's the 3 games that I recommend you play because they're really fun. And they're also great teachers to show you where you're at. So anytime, if you do these games and anytime something funky comes up, work through it, do the journal process. That's what it is. That's what the work is there for. And if it feels good, keep doing it. Why wouldn't you want to feel good, right? Okay, so that's it for me today. If you enjoyed this episode live stream, I would love it if you could share your feedback on it, or actually share any money games that you play that might be helpful to the audience as well as me. I'm totally open for games. I love playing games, the good kind, right? And yeah, share your favorite money games below that help you feel abundant, that help you feel like in the energy of you have the money now, you have your desires now, the abundance now, the sales now, the business now. Share it below. And if you feel like anyone would benefit from hearing these 3 games, please share this live stream with them. And I will see you tomorrow for our very last live stream. So if you have any questions that you would like answered in this event, well, we've got 1 day left, please either email me at elise@houseofbrazen.com or just post them in the comments below and I will make sure to answer them tomorrow. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.